Attention! Attention! There are spoilers for the movie Tron Legacy hidden within this review, so if you don't want to be spoiled, then you better click off there, buddy. Also, just a point of note, I haven't even seen the original Tron movie. All I know about it is that it's very well respected, but also very, very dated. But seeing the bits and pieces of this film scattered across the internet made me very interested in this kind of sci-fi and technologically advanced world. So when I saw that there was a sequel to this film created in 2010, I thought, perfect. We could just tell a very similar story now, but with updated special effects so that you can get the true impact of this world. This combined with the fact that Daft Punk themselves, one of the greatest artists working today. Oh, wait. I forgot. The fact that these guys composed a film score for Tron Legacy made me very excited to revisit it. Because yes, I did in fact enjoy this movie as a dumb, idiotic, stupid, half-witted child. What could possibly go wrong to a little revisit to my past childhood memories?
Stop worrying about it, man. Everything's just fine. Everything's under control. Flynn! Am I still to create the perfect system? Yeah.
Yeah, this film's kind of bad. From slow-paced action scenes to a main character with about as much charisma as an actual arcade cabinet, needless to say, this poor excuse for a human life form wouldn't know good cinema if it beat him with the milk that it took 10 years to get. But you know what? I'd be lying if I said this kid couldn't tell a slappin' soundtrack when he saw one.
The grid. A digital frontier. I tried to picture clusters of information as they moved through the computer. What did they look like? Ships? Motorcycles? Were the circuits like freeways? I kept dreaming of a world I thought I'd never see. And then, one day...
You got in.
That's right, man. I got in.
The film opened strong with visuals, narration, and music all working together to ease you into this film in a stylistic and engaging way. Every time I see it, it just gets me excited to experience whatever this film has to offer me. And this panning helicopter shot soon reveals that the narration is coming from a father sharing it with his kid. Aw, that's what a nice moment. Man, I love it when movies are just so wholesome like this. And just hold on 1 second. I gotta get some out of my system. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't look good. Whoever got the modeling team from the Tron Legacy video game should be promptly fired and executed because this is just not okay. This CGI young Kurt Russell just takes away any semblance of emotional resonance. It is so hard for me to pretend that there's an actual person there talking to this little kid on the bed. This won't be the last time we talk about this, so just strap yourselves in. So the name of this CGI monstrosity is Flynn, and he is the father of this kid named Sam. The father owns a very successful company and is not always there for Sam. But the father mysteriously disappears one day off the face of the earth, and Sam is now left as an orphan child. The film fast forwards in time to Sam, who is now an adult, and he is shown infiltrating this corporation tower and trying to steal something. Now this scene is very odd because of how it's set up. Or how there is no setup. Usually whenever there's a heist scene in a movie, there's lots of moving pieces that have been put together so that there could be some kind of tension or maybe character development within the scene. So this film makes the bold move of trying to forcefully implant explanations within this heist scene at the opening. Character development is limited to tiny one-sentence dialogues that try to tell you more about the characters that are talking in this scene, but it's very convoluted and makes it very hard to understand the implications of what's happening right now. So basically, what I can gather is that Sam is infiltrating Encom, which is the more greedy reincarnation of his father's industry, where he is then stealing the newest operating system from Encom that his father designed to be free? Somehow?
Can't steal something that was designed to be free.
The basic development happening here is Encom bad, Sam good, okay? That's about all you need to know. That's not to say there aren't some splashes of good development hidden in the sequence. Whenever Sam is arrested by the police, he comes up to the guy behind the counter and addresses him by his name. It shows that this is not the first time that Sam has been here, and that he has become very unruly in his older age. There are also some very nice establishments. There is a member of the board of Encom that is actually friends with Sam and has a little conversation with him after he's let go by the police. And it's shown in this conversation the kind of relationship Sam has with his father. It's pretty much non-existent, and Sam is very angry by the fact that Flynn just flat out left. It's also established that Sam has the opportunity to be the head of Encom, but he very reasonably points out that he is not very capable of doing something like that. Sure, these setups are cliched and whatever, I've seen them 1,000 times, but at least it's something. So overall, it's a pretty decent opening to the film, and I'm somewhat intrigued to see what happens next. But oh man, does this thing just dart straight into the ground. Sam is now notified that there was a page that came from Flynn's old office at his arcade. Realizing that he might have a chance to find his father again, Sam investigates and finds this weird lab underneath the arcade, which is interesting. But Sam, my man, why are you so dumb that you walk into this mysterious lab and just start poking around on the computer? Oh, hey, what's this? Laser control? Yeah, sure, I'll activate that. Oh no! Who could have predicted that something bad could happen here? The weird thing is, he walked in and he literally saw this laser metal machine sticking out of the wall and pointing straight at the place he sits down. So this man literally could not put two and two together that laser control might have been that big weird machine that I saw while walking in. Not only that, but when this laser teleports him into this new mysterious world called the Grid, he turns into this really annoyingly giddy schoolgirl that needs to question everything that's happening around him. Now yes, I would admit, if I was put into this situation, I would be a little kerfuffled as well. But this man just takes it to a whole nother level. He gets taken prisoner and he sees a bunch of other prisoners on the same line as him being taken somewhere. And then...
Does the name Kevin Flynn mean anything to you?
Be quiet if you want to live.
But fair enough. I would be very questionable too if this happened to me.
What's his problem?
But the really cool thing about being introduced to this world is that it has some really pretty designs and a nice contrast between orange and blue. I just think that all the costumes and the designs of the ships and buildings and all that, it's all really fun to explore. And boy oh boy is this exploration far from over, because Sam gets taken to this huge arena with a big crowd just chanting and chanting, and I'm actually getting pretty excited right now because I'm ready to see a cool action scene. So I'm just hunkering down, shoving popcorn up my gob, and getting ready to have my eyes massaged. Oh boy, it's gonna be one of those, isn't it? This scene is just so poorly choreographed and feels incredibly slow. In each one of these duels, both contestants are basically just taking turns throwing the disc at each other, and every time that happens, they do a cool little backflip or side kick or something like that. And it gets very old after the 10th or 12th time that it happens. The only interesting aspect of this action scene is just how Sam is kind of struggling with the disc, but somehow he can perfectly throw it at his enemies, and they desperately try to make this choreography seem fast-paced with camera movements and just sweeping camera shots, and the camera's just moving all over the place. It's having a freaking field day. It's just so lame when something like that is implying that something really cool is happening on screen, but you know it's just boring. This scene is just really frustrating because you could do something really cool with this setup of these light discs and people fighting with them, but it is not executed well at all. Sam inevitably gets taken down by this Rinsler guy, and then the top dog character of this world is interested in seeing Sam. Now this guy has been portrayed as just the overlord of this entire system. So you know that this guy means business, and that when we meet him, fear will be struck into our hearts as we see his terrible face. Oh my gosh, he's back!
So can we just go home now?
Not in the cards. Not for you.
That's a hell of a way to treat your son.
All that. I'm not your father, Sam. But I'm very, very happy to see you.
So basically, whenever Sam's father was building this place like he said to him before in the bedroom, he created this alter ego named Clue who looks exactly like him. And somehow, some reason, Clue is now under control of the entire grid. So basically, this is our villain. But this CGI monstrosity does not inspire any fear whatsoever. It is such a major problem that you have a major character like this, the villain, the driving force for your protagonist. You have this guy look this bad. Now, moving on. For some reason, this intern's first draft challenges Sam to a light cycle battle, and it's presented as if this guy has some kind of bone to pick with Sam.
I've been waiting a long time for this.
You've been waiting a long time for this? What do you mean? You didn't even know this guy existed until just now. And if you're wondering if it gets explained later on in the movie, nope, it just comes out of nowhere. For some reason, this guy really wants to kill Sam. But that's besides the point, because we finally get to see the thing that everyone's been waiting for, a light cycle battle. These things look terrible in the original Tron. So the fact that we're finally going to get to see these things in beautiful 1080p HD quality, it rustles my jimmies a little bit, not gonna lie. But guess what? They screwed this up too! This scene is so unbearably slow that it's actually painful. Everyone is just slowly gliding all around the arena and dying in incredibly mundane ways. This dude literally just comes up and smacks the guy on the light cycle, and then he just barrels out of control into the stadium. Now, I don't know if I could think of a more boring and dumb way for a character to die in this scene, even if I tried. To be fair, this scene is also filled with some somewhat satisfying moments, like how these two guys trap one of their enemies in between the two light cycle trails behind them. But these moments are just drowned out by obnoxiousness from the characters.
Now that's what I'm talking about! Another customer! Let's go!
They are freaking out and over-congratulating themselves just for killing one guy, even though half of their team is dead at this point. These character moments try to be fun and entertaining, but it just comes across as irritating. So overall, this scene is just an incredible feat of wasted potential that it's actually impressive. Oh wow, looky here, Player 3 has entered the arena, but what do I have to say about Player 3? Well, you better wait till the next part because I am incredibly slow in making these things.